Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.
Hi everybody, welcome to Bayou Time Sports. I'm Stan Grauval. We're about to talk about something we haven't talked about very much this whole sports season, and that is the New Orleans Pelicans. And that's basically because they're doing some things now that are worth talking about where it looks like there's some effort there. They've won 5 of their last 7. Now, don't get me wrong, they're not going to qualify for the NBA playoffs, but it's nice to see an effort there. It's nice to know that when they go out on the court, there's a chance that they could win. Ironically, I say all of that, and they did lose their last outing against the Cavaliers. That was this past Saturday night as they took on the Cavaliers in the Smoothie King Center. And they didn't get it done, but I got to tell you, the effort, again, was really good. And the Cavaliers are one of the better teams in the NBA. Listen, it's a situation where we have some good young players. Jeremiah Fears is really good, doing a terrific job this year. Derek Queen. As a matter of fact, when you go down the leaders of the Pelicans, those guys kind of stand out. If you talk about the number of games played, like who has played the most games this season for the Pelicans, it's been Jeremiah Fears. I bet a lot of you immediately thought, well, we know it's not Zion Williamson because it never is. But yeah, a young rookie, Jeremiah Fears, has played the most games this year at 72. As a matter of fact, Derek Queen is leading the Pelicans in rebounds. He's got 6.8. The young rookie from Maryland is certainly playing dividends. Again, if I didn't mention it, Jeremiah Fears is a rookie out of Oklahoma. Points per game. Now, this goes to a couple of those veterans. Trey Murphy is averaging 21.8 points per game. The 4-year veteran has sort of been the most valuable player for the Pelicans this year. Zion Williamson is averaging 21.3. And again, we give him a hard time, but he has been playing pretty well there of late. This is his 6th year. I was thinking about, and there he is on the dunk. His 6th year with the Pelicans, and if he can stay healthy, he's a force. It's just a matter of him staying healthy, and that's it. The big man going right down the lane right there. He also leads the Pelican in field goal percentage. Think about it. He makes 60% of his shots from the field. That's very impressive. Minutes per game, Trey Murphy is leading in that category. He's averaging 35.5 minutes per game. And in assists is DeJounte Murray, probably the elder statesman of the team. He's been around the NBA for 9 years. He's got 6.2 per game in assists. So again, it's been a good effort by the Pelicans of late. And quite honestly, if you want to see them before the season ends, you're going to have to make sure you secure a ticket, I would say, because they only have 3 more home games. Now, they have quite a few games left, but only 3 in the Smoothie King Center as they'll be heading down the stretch. Not going to make the playoffs. They're sitting, as it stands right now, and I want to make sure I get that right, the Pelicans are sitting at number 11 in the Western Conference. The Thunder have been sort of the team to beat this entire year. And I will say this too. If you're in a situation where you don't know that the Pelicans can turn it around rather quickly, you got to do what the Spurs did. The Spurs are sitting number 2 in the Western Conference, and they have found something, folks. Of course, they found a big man in the middle that's really, really good. But that being said, the Spurs just a couple of years ago were the doormats in the Western Conference, and they have moved up to that number 2 spot. The Lakers still relevant along the way. The Rockets have been good the last couple of years. Nuggets up and down, Timberwolves up and down. The Suns are making a little bit of a push. And the one interesting thing, you see the Clippers there at number 8. I think if the Pelicans some kind of way could have found a way to get in the playoffs, and they would have had to have a play-in with the Pelicans or even take on the Pelicans in maybe a specific game to get in, they would have taken care of the Clippers because they are better than the Clippers. They beat them twice in the last week. The Warriors look like they're going to be in the playoffs, but as a play-in team, and that's something that's a little odd for that team. Again, the Pelicans out of the picture as it stands now. But 6-4 in their last games, and again, winning 5 of 7. As you see on the left side, those are those 5 of 7 that they've won. The only losses have come to Cleveland. You see that one there. And the other loss was to Houston, 2 teams that are going to be in the playoffs. I mentioned if you would like to see the Pelicans before the season is over, this is your opportunities. On the 29th, they'll be taking on Houston. That will be in the Smoothie King Center starting at 7 o'clock. Then on the 5th, which is Easter, so on Easter Sunday, they'll be taking on Orlando. That's a 7 o'clock start time, a very winnable game. And then they wrap it up in the Smoothie King on the 7th, which is a Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. They'll be taking on the Jazz. Another very winnable game, that is going to be an 8 o'clock start time. The rest of those games, unless you could get out to New York or to Vegas or wherever the case may be, I see they have one with the Celtics, which would be really fun. You are not going to have that opportunity. So, again, haven't followed the Pelicans very much this year here on Sports Here simply because they sort of didn't deserve the attention. But as it's coming down the stretch, they are playing much better. And the only thing we can hope as Pelican fans, and maybe NBA fans in general, is that the Pelicans can become a little bit more relevant, and this little surge they have at the end of this year is going to lead to something big next year. Got our fingers crossed, knocking on wood. Got to take a break. We'll be back after this timeout.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.